Hey everyone, I hope you are doing well and that you've had a great start to your week and you have a good weekend ahead. We are definitely excited. We are getting so close to little brother being here. We have my best friend flying in tomorrow and then my in-laws coming Easter weekend. So we are definitely excited to have company the next 2 weekends and then really just wait around to see when brother wants to make his arrival. So we are getting in the home stretch and we are so excited about that. So this morning, I basically spent all morning in our littlest son's room, just kind of organizing and getting things put together and kind of arranged where I wanted and just seeing what we need to do. So like my husband's gonna hang some last minute things today. We need to get certain things out of the attic that I can clean and kind of prep for the next few weeks. And just starting to think about things like my diaper bag and our hospital bag and nurse goodies and just all that good stuff that kind of creeps up on you and that you realize you really need to have a plan or you need to have it done. So as I was in there and just going through his things, I just started putting everything in my diaper bag of what I knew I wanted to have in it this time around. And really, I'm pretty much now set aside from a couple little things. So I figured I would share what we felt like we used the most with our older son and just kind of what were staples for us with our diaper bag the first time around, since this is our second. I will say that if you plan to not really go anywhere or travel, you may not need a designated bag for your baby. I know this year has been super weird and strange and many of us have been home. However, for us, we probably are gonna be doing a lot more this summer with our older son of getting him involved in some things, of going back to his little toddler classes that he does. We do plan to see our families, both of our families this summer, one time each, and just doing more than we have this past year. So I just wanted to have my diaper bag ready and kind of how I wanted it. And then it's just one less thing I have to do later. So I figured I would share what's inside. I'll just kind of go through it, no rhyme or reason. If you do want to check out any other pregnancy videos or posts, I will link that below. In my blog, I have a whole pregnancy menu as well as the motherhood menu that you can click on and see all the posts that correspond with that, or you can search a keyword if you're looking for something specific. And then I also have a pregnancy playlist, or I will link those videos below as well. So this is my diaper bag that my mother-in-law gifted me for Christmas. I did want something a little bit nicer, and that was more classic that I could use more long-term. So like if we go on a flight, I can use it as my little carry-on, or as the boys get older, I can just use it on a car trip or for a weekend trip or anything along those lines where it doesn't just have to be a diaper bag, but then it can be used down the road for other things. So it's just a Kate Spade, just plain black bag. I love it. And then it has tons of compartments inside and quite a few areas on the outside. So the first thing I have in here is I have a changing pad. If you have a bag where it doesn't include a changing pad, I would definitely consider purchasing one, just because the changing tables, they're kind of gross. So to be able to put your baby on a pad is really nice. And then also I have been in some instances where some places don't even have a changing table. Now these are more like in hole in the wall restaurants or like boutique-y places, but I have had to change our older son on the floor. So I was so grateful that I had a pad. I could like put a blanket underneath his head and I could change him, because sometimes you just have to change him and you just have to work with what you got. So I definitely recommend having a changing pad. Then another item I have is I have a muslin blanket. So it's really lightweight, it's big. I can use it as a swaddle, a blanket, a pillow. Really just anything I need it for. It's just nice to have in the bag. So I do have one of these blankets. I also have underneath a nursing cover. So for me personally, I like to be covered if I'm nursing in public. I know each woman has their own preference and their own comfort level, and I totally am support whatever anyone wants to do. I think that's awesome. But for me, I just feel better if I have something over me. So I do have a cover that I can use. And then I can also use this on the car seat if for some reason I want to cover our son if he's sleeping, or if we're just somewhere where maybe he can be distracted. I didn't really do that with our older son, but I know you can do that. I know some people like to do that, but mainly I do like to have it for if I have to nurse in public. So I do have that. Then I have a little portable sound machine. So I would prefer this to be a little bit smaller, but I have mentioned before that we are really trying to just use what we have. So anything we have that will work from our older son, we're using. We just don't see the point of spending all this money when babies go through phases and stages so fast that I feel like you use something for a few weeks and then they're done with it or they've grown out of it. So since this fits, I'm just gonna use this. It's just like a little white noise where you can do different sounds, and then you can clasp it to their car seat or to what to their stroller, to wherever you need it. Now, if you are in an emergency situation of trying to calm your child, you definitely could use your phone or like even like a vacuum sound or anything that they enjoy. But since we have this, I'm just gonna keep it in the diaper bag and have it as a backup and something that I can use if needed. So that is in there as well. Then I do have like a little crinkly book just for sensory and auditory things when they're little. It's just nice for them to be able to crinkle the pages, to hear it, to have a little rattle, and stuff like this is nice when they're itty bitty. Of course, as he gets older, I will change out what I need entertainment wise. So if I need to put like an actual little toy in there, or a rattle, or a teether, or once he starts sitting up, something to suction to the table if we go out to eat, really just as they progress, just changing out things as needed. But that is what I have in there for when he's itty bitty. And then if you do not have a like wet bag or dirty clothes bag, I highly recommend having one in your diaper bag. If you've ever had a newborn, you know that they can go through like 8 outfits a day, depending on your child. Our son definitely went through tons of onesies in a day. So having a place that you can put their dirty clothes if you need to change them is awesome. And then also having a couple changes of clothes is really nice as well. So like even with our son, when he was 4 months on our way to his baptism, thank goodness we did not have him in his actual outfit. It was the one my husband wore, because we definitely had to change him when we got to the church. It was everywhere. So just having clothes and a bag. I mean, you could even just do like a gallon Ziploc bag, to be honest. You don't have to have anything fancy, but definitely have that in your diaper bag. And then the clothing items that we have, I have a sleeper, and then I have a little onesie, some pants. I definitely went with the teal theme for everything, a little hat, some socks, and then I did put some mitts in there. We didn't really use this with our older son, but we just have so many, I just figured I'd stick them in there. We did do the mitts when he was sleeping. However, we didn't really do them during the day. Our nurses with our older son told us just to be careful and cautious when they put their hands in their mouths and they're wearing those mitts, because then they're touching everything and then that can cause them to have like skin issues or start breaking out. So we chose to only put the mitts on at night when he could scratch himself. But really it's just whatever you prefer. Each parent is different, each child is different, each family is different, and you just have to do whatever works for you. But that is what is in our change of clothes bags, or our wet bag. Then I have a couple of little pockets for like what I'm gonna keep my toiletry-ish items in. And then what I like to keep, I do like to carry a thermometer with me. This one is just a head one, or you can do in the ear. We do at our house have like a rectal one for when they're itty bitty. We have one that goes underneath the armpit, but this is just the easiest travel wise. I just like to have it when your baby is like super fussy or just seems off, and just for peace of mind to know what's wrong, especially if like you're on a car trip or anything like that. I do like having a thermometer. I also love having diaper bags or like little doggy bags. My husband and I love these. We just always put our diapers in these bags so they're not stinking up whatever trash can we're using. Now, if it's somewhere like a gas station, of course, that doesn't really matter. But if you're at a nicer restaurant or even at a friend's house, I mean, yes, it's the trash, but I mean, it can really stink. And we just want to be respectful of where we are. So we use these constantly. We love these. And then I have Aquaphor. This is what I used for diaper rash with our older son, but I like it because then you can use it for other things too. So it's more versatile. You don't just have to use it for diaper rash. And then it's nice too because if our toddler needs like something for his lips or if he has dry hands, then we can use it for him, and it's just more functional. So I'm keeping that. Then I have some hand sanitizer for me, just a little one, or our toddler. And then I have 2 different passies. We did not use pacifiers with our older son. However, we are totally open to them. He just never used them. So if he does use them, then I'll keep a few in the diaper bag and kind of just see what he likes. But just in case, I have those in there. And then the only other like toiletry items I am adding are wet wipes for like wiping down surfaces, and then the actual baby body wipes where, like, say they have a huge accident and it's all up their back and you need to like clean their back up. I mean, TMI, but this is real life. Having those wipes are awesome. So you're not trying to like find a towel or use like your blanket or whatever to clean them up. You have something you can clean them up with that's good, that's okay for their skin, to be on their skin, and you can take care of that. So I am adding those 2 items. They're just the travel size that you can just pop in. So those will go in there as well. And then in the front is where I like to keep what we're gonna use the most. So like our diapers, wipes, burp cloths, and things that my husband can grab right away. So he's the type of person, he just doesn't like having to dig through a bag or try to find something in a specific area. So I try to like to make it as easy as possible for him. So in the front, I just have a couple burp cloths. We did go through a lot of burp cloths with our older son. He was a big spitter, so we'll see how this one is, but I do like to have those in the front for anything along those lines. Then in the zipper, I just have my wipes. I love the water wipes, so travel one of those. And then I have 4 diapers. Now these are newborn. They look so tiny. Our older son was in newborn maybe for like 3 weeks, not very long. But if he's bigger, then I'll just change him out and I'll put ones in there. So just whatever size we are needing, that is in the front zipper. And then the side pockets, I have a bottle. I'm not gonna keep an empty bottle in here, but I do plan to pump and nurse like I did with our older son. So whatever milk I have in the fridge, I can just put it in the diaper bag if we're on the go, just to make it easier if I don't feel comfortable nursing, if my husband needs to feed him for some reason, and just to have another source of milk aside from me, which is really nice. So I do plan to do both this time around as well. Hopefully it goes smooth like it did with our older son. He did awesome with all of that. So just praying that that we can do that this time around also. So I will keep his milk in there when we're on the go. And then I will keep our son's water on this side. So he always carries a water constantly. He's like us. We have our waters 24/7. So I'll keep our toddler's water on that side. And then in the back is where it has like the little credit card holders and stuff, but this is where I'm just gonna keep my personal stuff. So I will keep my wallet, my keys, my chapstick. If we still need masks, I'll keep our masks back there. Like a pen, gum, and then other than that, I really don't carry too much around with me. My phone, but I'll keep it in the very back pocket of my personal things because I don't carry like a diaper bag and a purse. Whenever I am carrying a diaper bag, that is also my purse, so I'm not carrying multiple bags. And then the only other things I am going to add, like I said, I'll do those 2 things of wipes, and then I'll put a couple snacks in there for my toddler, like some bars, and just things that are easy that I can keep in there and not have to remember to take out, and that's always in the bag. If you have toddlers, you know that they snack 24/7. They are constantly eating. So I will also keep that in there. But really, those are kind of my staples that I feel like I need when it comes to a diaper bag. And I just wanted to share in case you are interested, if you are expecting, if you're just curious, or if you're just genuinely just want to know things that people generally keep in their diaper bag or with their kids. So like I said, I will leave additional links and resources down below. And then if you do have any questions, feel free to comment or email me or message me or whatever's easiest for you. But I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week and a great weekend, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.